Yeah, in others, I've made wines very much from a European sensibility. I love European wines. I love the structure of European wines. Personally, I like to make wines that are lower in alcohol, lower in higher in acid, lower in alcohol, just fresher wines. Whether we get the mineral aspect is kind of an open question. That's a very special quality that New World wines often lack. Certainly Old World sensibility and New World sensibilities inform one another. We are gradually mutating one another or affecting one another. My fear, however, is that the New World is changing the Old World faster than the other way around. So in other words, the Old World has, in certain areas, Bordeaux in specific, kind of embraced this more international style, riper style. Some people, like Parker, would argue that that is to the good, that the wines are more accessible and more pleasant to drink, they have more flavor, more intensity. Others, like myself, would bemoan the fact that we're getting a greater degree of homogeneity in our wines. They're all, whether it comes from Europe or from the New World, they're tending to kind of all cluster around a singular style. No, I think the American palate has greatly influenced winemaking throughout the world. Americans are, we don't have a wine drinking culture. We don't come from a wine drinking culture. We have a culture of soft drinks and fruit juices and milk and other things. So we don't really have a culture that historically has paired wine and food. And when you pair wine and food together, wine takes on a different category. The wine adapts to the food, to the cuisine of the area. So you always find in a given region a wonderful, exquisite marriage between the local produce and the local wine. Because the Americans and the Anglo-Saxon market is so large for high-end wines, especially, many European grape growing areas have really rushed to meet them in changing their winemaking practices to meet this sort of broader international style. It's kind of a shame because, again, you see the disappearance of a lot of old-fashioned ways of making wine and, again, a greater degree of homogeneity in winemaking. Why not? We've actually planted some small test plots of Bouquet, and the wine it makes is utterly delicious.